guys, Teanna Branae here, and welcome back to my channel. So since my channel started off focused on, or is primarily about mommy related topics or mommy content and things that I experienced as a new mom so far, I figured I'd give you guys a story time today about my first experience with while breastfeeding, being away from my son for a long period of time, or for an extended period of time I should say. So if you don't know, Julian was born in March of 2019. This story takes place in July of 2019, I think. Yeah, July 2019. So, backstory. When I was pregnant with Julian, I was working in one place. After I had him, I left the place that I was working at and started working in a different place. To sum it up. So, this happened on the first day of work. It was orientation, so technically it wasn't like a real day of work, but the first day of work. So I go to orientation. I'm so excited. I packed my manual breast pump because I didn't want to carry the electric one. I said, you know what? I'm going to take my manual one. It's going to be fine. Cool. I figured the orientation was from, I want to say it was like 8 to 5 or 8:30 to 5, something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to the bathroom like 2 or 3 times while I'm there to pump. So I had my ice pack, and I had like my little cooler bag, and I had my hand pump. That's all the stuff I took with me in milk bags, obviously. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. Cool. I get there and orientation is just going and going and going. And because it was orientation, we didn't have access to any of the floors in the building, just the floor that the orientation was on. So I'm like, okay, it's going, it's going, it's going. So as time is passing by, I try to go to the bathroom. It's a line outside of the bathroom because that was the only bathroom that we could use. Because once again, we could not leave that floor. So long story short, the line was too long. I was waiting. It took too long. So I just said, you know what, it's going to be fine. I went and sat back down to continue with orientation. So, I want to say later, at the time, because I hadn't been away from Julian so long, I was using cloth nursing shields. It kind of was like, if you have sport bras that have that little padding in the center of it, the cushion part, it was like those. So there was, if you got too full, it wasn't protecting anything. But once again, I did not know this because I had never been away from Julian for hours upon hours without breastfeeding him. Or if I was away from him overnight, I was at home with my electric pump or my manual pump, and I could just pump and it would be cool. So this was my first time like out in the world without him for this long of a time. So I did not have any nursing pads that were made like actual pads that have the plastic on the outside with the little sticky part in the back that you stick to your bra. I didn't have those. I just had the little inserts. I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to pump 2-3 times when I get there. It'll be fine. They have private nursing rooms. It's going to be great. You guys, I get there. Couldn't pump, like I told y'all. So I finally go to the bathroom, and I finally am able to use the bathroom. At this point, I actually have to pee, so I went to the bathroom. There was no way for me to pump because, once again, there was a line. So I think I might have had one panty liner just in my purse. And I think I put the one panty liner on because they were hurting by this point. So I think I put one panty liner on, and I'm like, I think I put the one panty liner on one side, and I was like, okay, please let this hold. Please let this hold. Let me tell y'all what I was wearing. I wore some, I want to say I either had on black pants or burgundy pants. And the burgundy pants had like black pinstripes on the side. It was either that or some black pants. I can't remember what pants. I had some black flats, a black tank top, cami top, whatever you want to call it, and then a white see-through blouse. So I put the liner on one side. And I'm like, please hold, because they were hurting so bad by this point. At this point, it had to be like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't pumped all day. I have not nursed all day. So imagine. Now, at the time, my husband and I both worked. It was in downtown Detroit. We both worked in downtown Detroit, but we did not work for the same company. But we were allowed to work together because we had the same hours. So, at some point, we end early because it was just orientation. There was nothing really for us to do. I'm completely engorged. Whatever. I'm like, okay, you just gotta make it home. So, I'm completely engorged. Well, at the time, he was just my boyfriend, but my husband, he was still working. So instead of him coming to get me, I was like, I just walked down to where he works. We didn't work for the same company. So it was probably a 10-minute walk to the building he worked in downtown. But if you know about downtown, like city, urban areas, it doesn't seem like you're walking a far distance. It's just, stop, babe. You keep distracting me. You distracted me. You keep making me look over. I'm trying to record.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
My own world over here. Sorry.
You know anything about urban areas? It wasn't like a far walk. It was just like 10 minutes. So I go to his building, and his building had an sitting area inside. So I go inside and I sit down. Now, where I worked, or where I was starting to work, they gave us bags to like carry our work stuff in. So I had that bag, I had my purse, and I'm just sitting in his building. I text him like, hey, when you're done, you don't have to come meet me. You don't have to come to where I work. Just come downstairs. I'm waiting for you. And I think I was texting him like, my boobs hurt so bad. Oh my God, I can't wait till we get Julian. My boobs hurt so bad. I feel like I was texting him. So I'm waiting for him. And I'm sitting on the bench waiting for him to get off work. He probably had like another 15 minutes until he was off. 15, 20 minutes until he was off. I can't remember. But like I said, I got off a little early. And I'm sitting there, and for some reason, my chest hurt so bad. And I'm like sitting up, and I caught myself like leaning forward and resting my arms on my knees, thinking, oh, maybe this will alleviate. Maybe this will alleviate the pain. So I leaned forward. I don't know if y'all can see me, but I leaned forward, and I like just rest my elbows on my knees. And out of nowhere, I just feel. So I sit up. My front is covered. The side that I did not put the liner on has expressed. Mind you, I told you I had a black cami on with a see-through shirt, a mesh, not mesh, but it was a see. You know how white blouses are always see-through. So it was a white blouse with a black cami underneath. So once the blouse hit the black cami, it just absorbed everything. So all you saw, and I think it was my left side that didn't have the liner on. This whole part of my shirt was wet. Luckily they gave us bags, because I was sitting there with the bag on. And then on the right side, I think the liner shifted, or I didn't put it on right, because you guys know liners are just shaped like pads, just small version. So it's not meant it's not meant for all this. It's not meant for all that. So that part leaked. Y'all, now my husband, a son boyfriend, he comes downstairs and he's like, look at me, what's wrong? I moved my bag. All you see is milk. Obviously it looks like I spilled water down my shirt, but it's coming from my boobs. Like you can clearly see it's following my boobs. So he's just like, I'm so sorry, you okay? I'm like, my chest hurts so bad. My chest hurts so bad. Now at the time, like I said, this was July, so I was only 3 months into my breastfeeding journey. I did not know leaning forward would cause it to gravity. Obviously now looking back, duh, Teanna. But at the time, I wasn't thinking, Teanna, gravity's gonna do what it's supposed to do if you sit like that. I was not thinking that at the time. Now I know better. So if you need to nurse and you're not around your baby and you can't pump, sit up. Don't lean forward. Don't make your boobs hang forward. Sit up. put on a tight bra and sit up. I know that now. I now know that thing. So, long story short, we get in the car. My boyfriend looked, and you could see my boobs like sitting at the top of my shirt. He was looking like that looked like it hurt. I'm like, it does. We need to hurry to go get Julie. So, I think we ended up texting or calling my mom. Or did she bring him to us? I don't remember. We got Julian. Long story short, we got Julian. And I was so happy when my baby was back. I put the breast pump on one side and I nursed him on the other side. The side that had the breast pump hurt like hell. I don't know if you guys know this. If you've breastfed before, you know. Pumps are very good at what they do, but they hurt. Especially when you're engorged. A baby's mouth is a lot softer than the plastic hard parts of a pump. So if you're engorged, it hurts trying to pump it out with a pump. And that was my lesson. After that first day, I made sure I went to the people who I was working with, who knew how to get in touch with the people for the nursing room. I'm like, I need a room. And I was so mad at myself for being so scared to ask somebody during orientation, hey, where do the nursing mothers go? Especially now that I look back, I wasn't even the only person at the orientation that day that was nursing. I don't know what they did, but I know I wasn't the only one. So the moral of the story is, don't be afraid to ask for something when you need it, because I could have gave myself mastitis or something. And this is coming from somebody who's had mastitis twice. You don't want those problems. You don't want those problems. I would never do that again. If I breastfeed again and I'm in training and I ain't got nowhere to pump, I'm finding somewhere to pump, because I would never do that to myself again. And that was so embarrassing because I had to walk. I didn't have to walk. I chose to walk from my building to 10 minutes to where my husband worked, because I got off early. I got off like, I got off early. So I was just sitting there waiting for him, because like I said, we rode together. Y'all, my chest started as I walked. I started leaking. And then we lived at the time like 40 minutes from where we worked. And that's before we picked Julian up. It wasn't worth it. Looking back, I should have been like, excuse me, I need to pump. Can somebody let me into whatever the mother room is on this floor since I can't get in? Now that I'm looking back, I should have said that. But I also feel like they knew that there was going to be a nursing mother at orientation, because I let them know beforehand, because they sent out an email saying, do you need any accommodations for this job? And I told them. So you would have thought that they would have said, oh, make sure you write down that this particular person is nursing. She told us she's going to need a room. She's going to need one for orientation. How about we do this? At lunchtime, we have her come find so-and-so. So I guess that's a failure on both our parts. But I would never do that again. But I hope you guys like this video. That is all for today's story time. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Leave a comment in the comment section if you've ever experienced anything like this, or if you have any tips of what I could have used or should have done, things of that nature. You know, I'm all about communicating over here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.